How many times have you ever said you would do something later, just to realize that the later never came? I know if I say you should write in the comment section. A lot of people have lost count. People like me have lost count of so many times I said I was going to do something and I never got it done that period. Always have to reach that rush hour. And guess what? 80% of the time, three things always happen. Number one, you either get yourself so worked out and exhausted because you are trying to now meet up with your deadline. Number two, the product is now half perfect. It's not that perfect again because you have to rush to do it. The final one is, in worst cases, you might not even get it done, thereby causing a problem to you. I was asking myself, I said that it's almost like impossible for us not to procrastinate. There is this human being in us that must want to do something later. You understand? It's just like it's almost inevitable. Before I now came across this particular rule that states practice creative procrastination, like Brian Tracy explained creative procrastination as the act of thoughtfully and deliberately deciding upon the exact thing you are not going to be doing right now. Everybody procrastinates. The difference between the high performers and the low performers are on what they choose to procrastinate on. This is the point that we introduce the priorities and the posterities. What do I mean? Set your priorities on the things that matters. Set your posterities on the things that doesn't mean anything. In conclusion of what I'm saying is procrastinate on the things that doesn't add value to yourself right now. I know you were thinking that I have a solution to that. No, there is no solution. The only solution you have is to stick to the end, and don't forget to subscribe. My name is Kossy and I welcome you all to today's episode of Learning from Experts. And guess what? We're going to be having special guests that are joining us for today's video and give you a rundown of everything we're going to be learning from this video. All right. Strategies and the principles I'm going to be stating from this book is going to help you in getting rid of procrastination. So this book, he shared 21 ways to stop procrastinating and get more done in less minutes. I'm going to be giving us 10 in this particular video. The first 10 because I don't want it to be too vague, so that I don't want to waste your time. Our guest is here. Ta-da! You're welcome. Come in. You're welcome. Come in. Sit down. People are waiting to see my guest. You are my guest for today, and I've been expecting you. I'm super excited to have you all joining for today's video. Grab your notebook and your pen. You care for a tea? Let's head over to the matter of today. The first rule for today is set the table. Clarity is very, very paramount. If you want to achieve personal productivity in whatever thing you're doing, write your goals and objectives. What do you want to become? Who do you want to be? Who do you want people to remember you for? What is the first thing that will come to people's mind the moment they hear your name? That is the first thing you have to do. Set the table. Because if you have a plan of where you are going to, there is no way you will not wake up every morning. It's been having this enthusiasm to achieve whatever thing that you want to achieve. That is why if you have not found your purpose, you have to go back to your creator and go and ask God, why did you create me? Because if you have a sense of where you are going to, there is no way you can actually be doing whatever thing you want to do. You always work towards that goal. The second one is plan every day in advance. What is planning? Planning is bringing something that is in the future, bringing to the present and doing something about it. The first thing we have to know and do is always work from a list. Because it's one thing for you to set your goals and objectives and know what you want to achieve. Sometimes when it's still in your mind, it's still a wish. It has not become something you want to work with. The moment it comes, that goals and objectives has been, you have thought about it and what you want to become or what you want to work actually towards, then you start writing it on a paper. We also introduced this rule, the 10/90 rule, which is the 10 minutes you use in planning your day and planning whatever you want to achieve can save you 90 minutes of trying to still figure out what is the next thing to do. Just for example, if I want to do this video now, I don't have a script. I work from a script. This is my script. What if I don't have a script? I just come here. I'm still reading from this book. What would happen? If this video was going to last for 1 hour, it was supposed to last for 1 hour. Because I don't have everything planned out, I can extend it to 3 hours because I'm trying to figure out what is the next thing I have to do. This is where planning comes in. Always plan ahead. And sometimes you have to plan a day before, maybe plan a night before, because there's how a mind works. Just imagine writing down everything you want to achieve the next day. When you sleep, your mind helps you to get easy solutions on how to get those jobs done. How then do you make the list? Because that is the question that will be on everybody's mind now. Number one, have a master list where everything you want to achieve in life is written. Like the first one, which is what setting the table. Number two, make another list from that master list of what you want to be doing that particular year. Then number 3 is, then from that yearly list, you break it down more to monthly planning ahead of each month. Number 4 is the monthly planning. You also break it down to weekly list, finally daily. The reason why all this breakdown is actually very important is because it helps the brain to actually function faster. Because just imagine how when you have a whole year planned out and you don't have anything that you have broken into pieces like weekly on how to achieve it. Sometimes your goals look so big and you don't even know what else to do. Let's look at the third way on how to get more done in less minutes. The truth is we always have enough time if we actually do what we have to do with that time. Because time management is a skill that we need to develop. Learn how to do the right thing at the right time is very essential if you want to get rid of this procrastination. This 80/20 rule is also called the Pareto principle. It was named after the inventor. It was named that it was an economic, so it was named after him. He discovered it in 1895. What is this 80/20 rule? If you have 10 things you want to do, if you write it on the paper, by then it's already on the paper. If you look at it, you realize that 2 out of that 10 can actually give you 5 or 10 times more than. What do I mean? Is categorizing your list into the trivial, many, and the vital few. Focusing your energy on the vital few. Because a lot of times we seem to have a very busy day. At the end of the day, we realize that we spent our day doing basically nothing. We were busy. We were busy doing nothing. We spent our time consume our time on frivolities, things that does not even matter, things that does not even account to whatever thing, your quality, your success. Just for example, spending your whole day pressing phone or spending your whole day hanging out with your friends. I'm not saying hanging out with your friends is not good. When you have some things to do, you realize that those ones are the trivial many. Before those ones can be done, you make sure that the vital few, you have established it and you have accomplished it. Resist the urge in your list to always go first to the vital many. Time management is very important. The next rule is consider the consequences. I think this is my best actually, because everything in this world has its consequences, whether it is good or bad. Before you want to procrastinate or switch things that are important with the priorities, ask yourself, what is the danger of not getting this thing done? Because a lot of times we tend to procrastinate on the vital few and spend our energy on the trivial many. Ask yourself these 2 things now that you want to switch for another thing. If we can ask ourselves that question, it will help us a lot. Just like when you have a job to do and you want to sleep. There is a danger for not sleeping. At that moment, the danger for not doing that job is even much heavier than the danger for not sleeping. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Adopt this successful people principle of having a future orientation. They tend to think 10, 20 years ahead of time. Because if you have a future orientation of yourself, what you want to achieve, I don't think there are so many things you'll be doing right now because your goal is to work towards achieving that particular thing. The 3 questions that he gave us to reflect our mind on, if you're able to answer these 3 questions, trust me, you will save yourself a lot of stress in life. The first question is, what is your highest value activity? Just be writing it down. What is, and answer it at the safest time you have. What is the highest value activity? Number 2, what is that one thing only you can do, if done well, will make a clear difference? Then the final one is, what is the most valuable use of your time right now? Don't go and be doing forming jagaban where you are not. Be sincere to yourself while answering this question. Don't let things that matter be at the mercy of things that doesn't matter. Before I came to this particular rule, I was asking myself, I said that it's almost like impossible for us not to procrastinate. There is this human being in us that must want to do something later. You understand? Like, it's just like it's almost inevitable. Before I now came across this particular rule that states practice creative procrastination, I was like, and Brian Tracy explained creative procrastination as the acts of thoughtfully and deliberately deciding upon the exact thing you are not going to be doing right now. So everybody procrastinates. The difference between the high performers and the low performers are on what they choose to procrastinate on. This is the point that we introduce the priorities and the posterities. What do I mean? Set your priorities on the things that matters and set your posterities on the things that doesn't mean anything. In conclusion of what I'm saying is procrastinate on the things that doesn't add value to yourself right now. What Brian Tracy is saying here is that if you just have to procrastinate, let it be that your procrastination is on things that doesn't really make sense, things that does not have value in your life right now. So ask yourself question. Look at the activities that you are doing every single day. Then ask yourself, what do I set my priorities on? What do I set my posterity on? Remember, why asking yourself, remember rule number 4, consider the consequences, because it's from the consequences of each of those activities that will determine what your life is going to become in the future. Next rule for today is use the ABCD method continually. So I found this particular rule very interesting. I don't just know how, but ABCD method is a powerful priority setting that you can practice every single day. It's very simple. Very, very, very simple. How does this thing work? First of all, what do you have to do? You have to think on a paper. You have to write what you want to achieve. There must be a write, because it's one what you have written that you can actually continue with this task. So after writing everything you want to achieve, your task for the day, then you come beside your task and start putting in the ABCD, E, and every other thing. Now, some people will be asking me now, do I have to put A or B or C or D? Just calm down. Just follow me. I'm going to be showing you what you're going to do. The A item is a task that is very important. You must do it because the consequences is something that might bring harm or danger to you. Guess what? Those A lists can have an A1, just like an exam, AI and AI. You can have A1, A2, A3 and all that. Those A lists are those ones that you have to do, that if you don't do it, it has consequences. Then let's move over to the B tasks. The B one, they are the tasks that you should do. They have mild consequences. The consequences might not even directly affect you. It might directly affect somebody else. For example, returning an unimportant telephone. A should not be left undone to switch to B when you have not finished doing A. You should make sure that A is done first before going to B. The third one is the C. So the C is they are the tasks that would be nice to do, but it has no consequences. Example, going on a lunch date with your co-worker. If you don't do it, it's a good thing to do, but if you don't do it, it does not have any consequences. So D is the task that you can delegate to someone else to do for you, so that you can have enough time to do other important things. So I categorize this one as maybe doing your laundry, doing your house chores and all that. If you have the money, you can pay people. It can save a lot of time, and you can add those time to things that are very, very important. E-tax is something that you can eliminate, and it won't even make any difference. It won't even show that you never did it. For example, staying hours in social media. Always focus on the key result area, and that is the 7th way on how to get more done in less minutes. So one of the question I always ask myself anytime I wake up from sleep is, why did God wake me up? And that is the same question you should adopt and ask yourself. Like every single day, where you are, why are you working in that company? Why are they paying this kind of job? Because if you can focus on the key result areas of your life, you realize that if you focus on them, you can contribute to more to whatever thing you're doing. And there's this thing that they said that God owes you waking you up from sleep, but you owe God what you use that particular day to do, what you achieve on that particular day. So what is your key area? Your key area is something for which you are completely responsible for, and if you don't do it, it remains undone. So what you have to do is for every single day, prove yourself. Where are you weak and where are you strong? And those areas that you are weak, you have to develop skills on how to make that area to be more functional, so that you can contribute more to your company. So always focus on your key result areas in your list of things to do. What are the things that you can do more that can actually push this company to the next level? You can actually want God to wake you up the next day. So if you can answer that question and focus on your key result areas, I'm very sure you have solved 80% of your procrastination for that particular day. Then the next rule is apply the law of 3 to everything you are doing. And that's your list. Then look at the 3 things that if you do that thing, it can contribute 90% to the people that you are working for. Just for example, I'm a YouTuber. So what are the 3 things that I can do in my list that if I do it, that it will contribute to the growth of my YouTube channel? Number 1, I have to read a lot because I do a book review channel. Number 2, I have to watch lots of videos online on how to do it, develop skills on editing and all that, and publish. Then the last one is I have to make videos. So if I can actually focus, then that doesn't mean I didn't have any other thing to do. I still have some things to do. But these 3 things are what can contribute to 90% of the growth of this channel. So always apply the law of 3 in everything you are doing. And guess what? If you can spend all your time doing these 3 things, you realize that you can have enough time to also do the remaining frivolities. But then the ninth one is prepare thoroughly before you begin. Before you start anything, make sure you prepare. That's why we have the The 10/90 rule, which is the 10 minutes you use in planning, can save you 90 minutes that you'd have wasted. Have a very safe workplace. Don't always, maybe when you are starting now, the reason why we procrastinate sometimes is when we are doing something, we now forget, oh, we kept this thing there. By the time you now wake up to go and get that thing, you might actually get there. Maybe you now see your phone, you now start pressing your phone. Before you know it, you have already spent 3 hours on that part. So, but when you get everything done on your table, arrange your table, make everything present, you realize that you can actually start up something. And remember the rule, you're not getting up till it is done. Final one is take it one oil barrel at a time. This popular saying that the journey of 1,000 miles starts with what? A step. It's a step-by-step process. Maybe God has given you a purpose, a goal, or you have a goal and all that. It's still looking so big to you. Start where you are. Your job is to go as far as you can see, and then you will see far enough to go further. This is where we stop for today. I know you already have enough written down. What is your favorite rule in this particular video? So let me know in the comment section. In my next video, I'm going to be releasing the remaining 11 because we have to start adopting these habits. I've been doing it, trust me. As a matter of fact, I am even in the time frame for creating this video. And if I waste any minutes from now, I'm very sure it's going to affect my next activity. So that's why I have to cut this video right now and head over to the next thing I have to do for today. So I hope you had fun being my guest for today. And now it's time to go. Yes, it is time to go. Get up, get up, get up, get up. It's time to go. Please, to go. Is that for you to go? All right, bye. Don't forget to subscribe and also like this video so it gets to other viewers. And don't forget to share to your friends. I'm going to be seeing you in my next video for now. Bye.